Hi there, it's Will Shannon here, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Egoscue method. The Egoscue method was invented by Peter Egoscue, and Peter Egoscue, if you don't know much about him, particularly if you're Australian, if you're American you might have heard of him, but he's a genius, and he's been called the father of American posture. Now, you know, having grown up in this industry with both parents that were naturopaths, I've been around this pretty much all my life. I've seen the Alexander technique and Feldenkrais and Bowen therapy, and the list goes on. I mean, I've seen a lot of structural interventions come and go and stay. And also, I'm a big fan of chiropractic and osteopathic in terms of you know, being able to move the spine around, but the only challenge with that is that the muscles are designed to hold and move bones. And so you go to your chiropractor or osteopath, you feel great, but you don't even want to get up off the table because you can feel as soon as you move those muscles, it's going to move the bone back out of position. So and then of course I'm more than intimately familiar with the work of Joseph Pilates. I've studied him a lot and been around some of his instructors, and that really became famous in Hollywood in the late 70s when some of the actors were doing that in LA. And so, you know, I wanted something that wasn't saying go to a yoga class or go to Pilates twice a week like a lot of physios are doing. I wanted something on the spot that I could do if somebody was in structural pain. And to be honest with you, I simply didn't know it. I've been around Feldenkrais, I've been around Bowen, and I hadn't seen the results I wanted. And I'm not easily sold to either. I really like practical stuff that actually works, and I've been around it and I'm not silly. And so when I came across the work of Peter Egoscue, I could see the power in it, because he was not trying to move the vertebrae like a chiropractor osteopath with high velocity maneuver. He was trying to give you exercises to reposition the muscles, move the muscles to hold the bones in a new position, which I thought was very clever. And so I studied his work, but I wasn't getting the results I want. And then I went through his university, and I got certified in the method, and I went through all the moves that he'd developed. And they teach you hundreds of these different things. And after that, I was able to combine these moves into a way where if somebody had any joint pain that was outside of acidity or calcification that was to do with dysfunctional movement, I had a huge arsenal in my toolkit to fix it. And then I integrated all that into my practice a couple of years ago. So when people come and see me, 95% of people that I see are in this sort of posture. You know, they're kind of their heads slumped, their heads forward, their lordosis, or their lower back's tight, their pelvis is forward, their knees are out. And now I do at least 3, 4, 5, 6 moves with everybody on the spot. The other thing that I'll tell you is you're probably not breathing properly. Your diaphragm attaches to your lower back, and it's a muscle that has to innervate your lungs, control your lungs. And it's probably not moving, and most people it isn't. And I used to teach people breathing exercises, but it really used to drive me crazy because they still couldn't get the air. The lungs weren't working, the rib cage wasn't springing. Literally, you know, our clinic used to have over 10,000, you know, people a year through when I first started. And so I wanted to study on everybody what was happening and what feedback and what results they were getting, literally 30 to 60 seconds with 3, 4, 5 moves in the consult with everything else. So after doing that, I learned things I could do on the spot that would actually open up through the rib cage, the diaphragm, and get people breathing more effectively. And I basically want to give you the best of what I've learned. Now, you can get that inside this course in terms of some of the moves, or you can come to one of our classes, or you can purchase some of these things online. But I'd like to give you some free information right here. So if you follow along on the YouTube channel, I've actually designed some videos on YouTube and in my online course that you can do. So you can either go to willshannon.com, or you can do through YouTube. But really, you know, if it's any joint, your hip, your knee, your ankle, your elbow, you know, your shoulder, or any part of your spine, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, or sacrum, there's movements you can do to begin to create an environment that will, I'm hoping, not only lead you to have less pain, but also get rid of any limitations that you've got. So it's really about being able to move in a functional manner. So I just wanted to introduce you to the method and let you know that even if you're not in pain, there's some things you can do every day. We've got a sign-up form on our website. If you're watching this through my online course at willshannon.com, I've got that for free, and I just want to let you know it's there. You can come into our clinics in Sydney or Melbourne and have a look. I'm also often in America and LA as well. And I just want to let you know the power. If you need anything, reach out to me personally through the contact form at willshannon.com. And if you're watching this through any other means, I'm here if you need support. Let's get you started. And I really do believe at some level that this is, I've got nothing against the work of Joseph Pilates, I think it's brilliant. The thing I love about Egoscue is the ability to target parts of the body and really make a difference. You don't have to do an hour on a reformer or a yoga class, and yoga is a really beautiful method, but sometimes with yoga you may be in a posture that's not always anatomically great for you. Egoscue has got some of those moves crossed over, but also in a way where you're not going to be throwing your joints out. You know, we really live in a world where everybody's into bodybuilding and body sculpting, and I see a lot of these huge, massive guys, and you know, they're beautiful people, but it doesn't mean that the structure underneath is good. And so Peter Egoscue used to say, straighten and then strengthen. And so I hope I get the chance to work with you soon.